Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a top 3 Caribana bands to play with. I'm just going to be basically doing a review, a little bit of insight on playing with, playing mass, as well as like what to wear and what not to wear to Caribana if you're going down there to like watch, as well if you haven't played and why you should play. Okay, so getting into it, number 3 on the list is Toronto Revelers. I played with Toronto Revelers about 3 years ago, I want to say, and I had a really good time playing with them. The costumes and stuff, everything was really organized. For our band, like the section that we played with, we had a really good section leader. She was fairly nice. She made sure that everything was done right, that we were sure on playing and not indecisive on, do we want to go with another costume and stuff like that. So how we went about it is we checked out some other mass camps, and we ended up going back to the Revelers, and we checked out all the costumes and then finally decided on the costume that we had. So our costume was a little bit the theme for their band was a little bit of medieval mixed with a warrior type theme. So I will post pictures so you guys can see what the costume looked like. The costume was really nice. It was red and brown, but it worked really well together, to be honest. So yeah, how we went about choosing our costume, it was a hospitality, to be honest. She greeted us when we approached her table and stuff, as well as her friend was talking to us about the costume and describing which ones were the best and so forth or whatever. So yeah, we ended up going with them. A lot of times you'll go into the mass camps and the hospitality is not there. Some people will greet you, some people won't. So then you just kind of okay, you don't even know what the hell's going on, to be honest. So that's that's one thing that always trips me out. I'm just okay, they just stare at you, they don't say anything, they don't say hi or anything. It's just why are you here kind of look. And it's just okay, well, I came here to register to put money in your pocket. You're acting I'm taking money from yours sometimes. So we don't end up going with those type of bands, because they don't have the right hospitality. So that is a lack of that, it's lacking at the mass camps, to be honest. I've never experienced that anywhere else, and it's definitely not a Caribbean thing, to be honest, to tell you the truth, because more times you'll have Caribbean people greet you, so people will say hello and stuff like that. So I don't know, I think it's just a Toronto thing. Anyways, so moving on, yeah, so we ended up going on the road. She gave us a map and little goodies inside of our our bag and stuff like that. So you end up starting at the exhibition place, and then you'll end up at the end of the lakeshore. So it's a long ass walk, very long. So you need to wear a proper shoe. Your feet need to be, first off, done. That's number one. Otherwise your feet are gonna be uncomfortable. So I'm talking about pedicure, everything needs to be done. And you'll stick to probably either a running shoe or you'll wear a carnival boot. If you're wearing sandals, your feet are gonna get dirty, really dirty, filthy. And the same thing with heels too. Your feet are gonna get dirty, and there is garbage and stuff like that that you'll encounter on the road and stuff like that, and you don't want that between your feet. That's really uncomfortable, and that's just gross. Some girls do wear heels, power to them, but I know you don't end up making it to the end of Lakeshore without coming back with your feet looking like they belong in the Stone Ages. There's no way. There's no way you can walk all the way from the exhibition place to the end of Lakeshore with your foot intact. Your feet are gonna be burning, or you're gonna be off for a week because your feet are mash up. So yeah, if you do wear a heel though, I'm talking about a stiletto that would mess up your foot. But if you're wearing a heel that's thick, roughly maybe I would say around this size, if it's around this, then you'll be good. But if it's anything skinnier, no. And the height too. So that's a no. But yeah, when we got on the road with the Revelers, we had drinks and stuff. Not with the band or anything, just on her own. So that's like a good option because you can have like your, they have like water, pop and stuff like that that you can like drink and so forth, right? So, you know, we had our own like thing going on as well, so it's just like, yeah, you know, they're having a good time. We came with like our water backpacks, which was dope. A lot of people roll with those. Those you can find at the camp store. Most places have it, but they do sell it around the summertime because, you know, everyone goes camping and stuff, and then some people use them for Caribana, so they do sell out. If not, you know, get like a get a big ass like tub of water and then just keep refilling it or whatever, unless you want to go through water bottles all the time. But yeah, we got on the road with revelers, you know, we danced, everything was coordinated really well, and, you know, we ended up having a really good time with the band, and then we ended up doing our own thing. So I would say revelers is number 3, and their quality on their costumes are really good too, so that's a plus. Number 2 on the list is Carnival Nations. I have never played with them, but Carnival Nations always has dope costumes. Always, always, always. Like, every year. I mean, there was one year, like, they had, like, these really elaborate costumes, like, the ones that you see, like, you know, in the Caribbean and stuff, and they were just freaking dope. Like, gorgeous! Yeah, they were, like, really eccentric and stuff, so, I don't know why they don't really do the costumes like that anymore, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's because of, I think it's maybe too expensive, to be honest. That's the only thing I can think of, but like their costumes are still dope nonetheless. I have a couple of friends that actually play with them like every year and stuff, and I've never heard anyone really complain. You know, they're fairly organized, and they are like a newer band, so, you know, and they do have a lot of options too as well, and quality for their costume, I think, from what I was told, that they're really good. For every band you'll get food. Revelers, we didn't get our food, like I said, but for Carnival Nations, my friend was like she said the food was blessed, and, you know, it was really good. So yeah, Carnival Nations is number 2, and plus they've won, like, you know, a couple of years as well, so that's another plus to play with them. Number 1 is Saldina, and I feel like everyone's gonna be like, that's typical of me to say, but Saldina is number 1 because I actually played with them, and I've had a really good time with them. Besides the person I played with, she was cray cray, but, you know, I had a really good time playing with them. Their costumes, everything was organized. You know, we got it on time, no complaints. The band also made sure to, like, that everyone got their food. That, you know, everybody, like, I watched them, they made sure that everyone had a plate in their hand, okay? And, like, they served us, like, this Chinese food that had, like, a Caribbean taste to it. So it was, like, it was very home style, which I liked, and it wasn't, like, extra greasy or anything like that that would weigh you down, but good enough grease for the road. So that was a plus. From start to finish, like, you know, I encountered good people from the band, people who are like helping out and stuff like that. Everyone was really cool. Like, I didn't have a problem with the people in Saldina. Like, the girl I was playing with, like, this is another story. Like, that story is so crazy. Like, and I don't want to do a story time. I just want to, like, you know, just throw as possible with this. But yeah, that story, wow. Yeah, I don't even know. I wish I ended up just playing with the people that were in my section, to be honest. So anyways, that's another story, but I'm not into stories time, so. But yeah, and the reason why I rate Saldina is because, like, they have options of costumes. Like, they have a lot of costumes, okay? And throughout, like, maybe the last 3 years, they've probably have, like, 20 sections deep or more. I can't remember. So, I mean, it's a lot of work to do, right? Like, especially to, like, make sure that all that comes together. And they've won, like, you know, a couple of years for that. So, you know, it's different. And they have different options, too. Like I said, like, you can have, like, it's hard to choose a section, right? So I rate Saldina for that, if you are going with a band. There's another new band that came out, I think last year. I don't know the name, but if I can find it, I will post them as well. I think their costumes are really dope. They just came out last year though, I think, so I don't know too much about it. But they have really nice costumes. But number one on the list is Saldina. Like I said, they're organized and you're going to have a good time with that band regardless. If you're coming down from like a different city, or if you live here and you've never played and you want to get with a band, go with Saldina. All these bands though that I've listed, if you are playing, just make sure that you register in advance. Don't wait till last minute to register at all. Okay, because you'll end up with a costume that you don't really want. So that's the downside of it. But yeah, so to get into a little insight on like, oh, should I play, should I not play, or whatever, yes, you should play. If you've never done it, you'll have a good time, regardless if you're coming from like out of the city, you're coming from the States, or like let's say you're coming from Puerto Rico, or you know, I don't know, you could be coming from Thailand, etc. Like you heard about it, like play, you'll have a good time. Okay, so you know, it doesn't matter like race, you could be black, white, Asian, you know, Indian, nobody cares like on your race or anything. And what I always hear from friends and like, you know, a lot of people that I talk to, oh, like I don't want to play because I'm not in shape. There's no shape for Caribana. Like there's no requirement on size or anything like that. You can be like skinny, 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 or you can be plump and voluptuous. Nobody cares on like what your size is, you know, you're there to have fun. And nobody's there to body shame you. No one's there to make fun of you or anything like that. You go for yourself, okay? You want to do it, you go and play. It doesn't matter your size. Like, it doesn't matter how big you are, and it doesn't matter how small you are, okay? And regardless if you feel like, oh, I'm not in shape, nobody cares. Nobody, okay? So just go and play and have fun. If you do, like, you know, you want to do lose weight and stuff like that, I will post a workout video that I did with my friend. You can shred about 10 inches off your waist. If you do it in advance, you'll shred a lot, okay? But yeah, she's lost 10 inches off her waist and lose about 15 to 20 pounds in a month. And if you keep going, you'll lose a lot. So that's another option. So I will post that workout video for you guys as soon as possible. What else do I want to cover? I guess like outfits to wear to Caribana and what not to wear. For guys, like don't wear new sneakers. Like it's my pet peeve. Because you'll wear like white Air Forces and then they'll get stepped on and then you get mad and it's just like, why'd you wear them? Because you knew they were going to get dirty. How are you going to keep sneakers clean on a street? Like it's less than likely possible, unless, you know, God is like, yo, I'm gonna protect your sneakers, okay? So, but other than that, like, don't wear white sneakers, you know, stick to something that you have worn and they look fairly new, or, you know, they're half decent, and go about your day or whatever. If you don't want your sneakers to get messed up, don't wear them. Who wears white sneakers? Like, you have to be, like, on top of your shoes in order for them to stay clean. Like, that's another thing. And if you can't do that, then don't wear your sneakers. Outfit-wise for girls, some girls wear some stuff I don't even know. Like, I don't know where they shop. Where do you find these clothes? Is the question. I want to know. If you can leave a comment, by all means. Like, but, like, some people wear, like, fishnets and stuff like that. And, like, a fishnet bodysuit I'm talking about. Like, and it's just, it's so weird. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, the worst thing about it is, like, I seen someone wearing a fishnet outfit, and she was pushing a stroller. Like, she had, like, 2 kids with her. And I'm like, what are you selling? I don't know. It's not my business, but at the same time, like, that's a no-no to wear. Like, wear something nice or wear something comfortable. I'm not talking about wear, like, dressy, but, like, dress to how you would, I guess, to like a summer festival or something like that, you know? Because it's like that. It's like going to like a summer festival. So, you know, you don't want to wear something that's you like a lot and then it's going to get damaged. Because it's like at the end of the day, I don't know, you do see outfits, but the ones that stand out are usually the crazy ones. And then like the outfits that are like, you know, nice, like they just seldomly like blend in and stuff. So, you know, no one's really not checking on your outfit and stuff like that. There's some weird stuff that I've seen though. But like, honestly, if you guys want to hear about some like weird like Caribana encounters, then let me know in the comment section and I'll do a video or whatever. But like other than that, like, you know, some people do some weird shit down there, so That's the only thing. But you'll have a good time besides that. And if you're wondering about playing by yourself or whatever, like, don't underestimate what I just don't underestimate it. Sorry. You can play by yourself. You'll have like a good time if you play. Like, a lot of times people are like, I want to play with my friends and stuff like that. If you don't have anybody to play with, whatever, go and play. Like, you'll make friends down there, and even though, like, you know, it might seem like some people might be rude or whatever, you can talk to people. Like, easily talk to them. There won't be any issue. Hey guys, like, yeah, what's up? I'm playing by myself. Like, what good? No, I'm joking. Don't do that. But, you know, you'll talk to people, and then, you know, you'll end up playing with them and having a good time. You'll make friends down there, so you don't have to worry about, oh, like, I don't have any friends to play with. If you want to play, go and play by yourself. Even if you're coming from a different city or anything like that, like I said, you'll end up making friends. Trust me. There's not a possible way unless you don't say a word to anybody and you just choose to dance by yourself. Like, you'll make friends and you'll have a good time. So, you know, that is an option to do if you, especially if your friends are playing like a different costume section. If you want to do that, even like, you're like, okay, well, my friends don't want to play the same costume as I, and I like this costume, whatever. Go choose a costume you want, and then just meet them after you pass the stadium. Like, you can dance with them after, you know what I mean? Have a good time with the people that are in your section. Like, you know, you're going to meet friends, like I said. So, you're going to talk to people. So, that's an option. Yeah, but, like, there's always groups of people that play and stuff, and like I said, a lot of people come down. Another thing to expect when you play when you play mask and you're in your costume. Also, you guys, like, one year we played, and I won't like go into like a long story, but yo, like, we got down to Lakeshore, and we got dropped off at the wrong like section. Like, it was like close to the end of Lakeshore, and I told my friends, nobody wants to listen, and that's the problem. So anyways, we get dropped off close to the end. And then we had to walk all the way back up to where the exhibition place is, right? Almost. And, like, we got stopped for pictures. And, like, it's fun at the beginning, but, yo, towards the end, it was so ridiculous. Like, we got stopped so many times. Like, we literally, like, take 5 steps, and someone asked us to take a picture. And I'm not joking about the 5 steps. Like, literally 5 steps. Picture, 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 picture. So we got to a point where, like, everyone was so hungry. Like, we're just like, okay, we need to go get food, right? And if people ask us to take pictures, I was like, yo guys, like, are we gonna agree that we're not gonna take pictures? And they're like, yeah. We're like, nah, like, we're not gonna take a picture. This girl stops us, gives us attitude, okay? And I was just like, hey, like, you know, we want to get food, like, we haven't eaten all day. We're not really into like taking pictures anymore. We've took a lot of pictures. And this girl looked at me like, so? Like, this is what you're here for, right? To take pictures? And I was like, what? Like, first off, are you paying me to take a picture? Like, no. We're starving. We didn't eat all day. And it's one thing if we had food, but we didn't have any food. So she was giving attitude on us, like, taking the picture. And my friends, like, you know, there's like, okay, fine. And they went and took the picture. And I was like, I was like, nah, like, bun that, I'm not gonna take the picture, okay? So, I ended up turning my backside, and, like, I think there was just, like, feathers in the background or something like that, and, like, she was, like, rolling her eyes at me, you know, giving attitude or whatever, but I wasn't gonna, like, go into conversation with her about, like, why I don't want to take a picture. Like, I'm not obligated to, you know, at this point, like, if I told you, and I said it nicely, I didn't say it, like, arrogantly or anything like that, you know. I was just like, girl, bye. Like, move out of my face. Like, why are you here? Like, don't give me no attitude. There's so many other costumes out here you could ask to take pictures with, you know? Like, don't bother us. So, yeah, that's the only downside. But if you love taking pictures and it's not going to annoy you, by all means, like, go ahead, do your thing. But it will get annoying to the end. Trust me. It will. Another thing is, like, food vendors that, you know, do their own thing or whatever. Like, there was another thing, when you go to get food, like, make sure to be, like, very observant and see how, like, people's plates are. Like, I don't mean to like look up in their plate, but look from afar and see how much food they're getting, because we had went and like I was crying. My friend went in line and he ordered food, and let me tell you how the macaroni that they put in his plate was like a teaspoon. It was literally like this circle, okay? What is that? I was crying. I was like, where's the rest of it? The coleslaw as well. And then they had given him one piece of jerk chicken, and it was like $16 or like close to 20 bucks. And we were laughing. We're like, yo, you got robbed, B. Like, it does not make any sense why you would pay that much for the food. And he was cheesed after too, like after we told him whatever. So yeah, and then the funny thing about that year too was that like, okay, the people had complained that they didn't like sell enough or whatever, and they went back home with a whole bunch of food. Like, really? Really? You gave people a teaspoon though. One chicken. One. So yeah. Last thing I think I'll cover, like people who are like, oh, I don't want to like play Caribana because I don't want to pay for the outfit, etc., etc. But if you are going down to Caribana and you buy like an outfit, okay, and I don't know how much you spend, but if you do spend on weave and like makeup and all that stuff like that, all that stuff adds up to equivalent like what your costume would cost or whatever. And like some people buy more than one outfit for the weekend, like 3 outfits. So if you spend like on 3 outfits, you know, then you know, you can get a costume. Why not get a costume? Go and dance. Like, have fun. Yeah. I think I've covered pretty much everything. If you guys have questions or anything, leave a comment in the below box. I will leave some details as well. And if you guys want me to, like, talk about other stuff that's happened during Caribana, like, by all means, like, leave a comment and, you know, I'll cover a video on it. So, yeah. Like this video and subscribe. Peace.